guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to go over January budget, and then we're going to start on February's budget. So right now, this is just an overview of what happened in January. As you can see, we brought in a total of $10,344.98, and that included my paychecks, my wife's paychecks, dividends that we earned on our checking account, also the stimulus check that we got back from the IRS, and it also includes some budget adjustments that are made in certain accounts throughout the month. So altogether, we brought in more than expected because the IRS check was not one we were banking on for the month. Dividend investments, we weren't looking forward to either. But outside of that, these were our numbers that we were typically expecting to come in. So next we have our expenses, and as you can see, we spent about $7,810.30 this month, which gave us a net income this month of $2,534.68, which is great. Next we have here, we're going to go through the individual accounts just to see how on target we were with our budgets. So for our Flexi accounts, these are things like groceries and gas. We actually went over budget $86.21 in a grocery budget. In gas, we actually came under. So we'll make adjustments for these for next month. Our quality of life goals, we have a goal of $260, which we went way over budget. We spent a total of $333.27. So with that in mind, we might make considerations of adjusting our budgets, or we need to just cut back, but we'll see how it works out with the rest of the accounts that we have. So next on our category, we have our debt payments. This did not go as planned this month, mostly because we had a few speed bumps in the road. We actually lost a car this month. My wife's car engine finally gave out on us, so we had the option of replacing it, which was going to cost about $6,000, or we had the option of buying a new car. So we decided that we were going to get a brand new truck for me so I can pull my RV myself, because we got the price quote for me to move to California, which is where my next assignment is. It was going to cost us well over $2,000 just to have it towed down there for me to stay in. So we decided, instead of doing that, we're going to buy a new truck. We actually purchased the truck yesterday. Still some things we need to do for that to try to get it up to speed and what we need for safety requirements for me to be on the road, per my wife and per state laws and all that good stuff. So I will have more information about that coming up later. But for right now, a lot of the money has been shifted towards getting me prepared to go to California. So as you see that we didn't quite hit the amounts that I wanted to put into my loan buckets this month. Actually, we over budgeted for our credit cards, which probably would have fixed a lot of these issues, but anytime we can pay down credit card debt, we kind of take advantage of it. So next month, we'll really do a better job of keeping these funded like they're supposed to. Next, we have our living expenses, and we, of course, there's some items that we went over budget. We budgeted $20, but we spent $67. Interest and fees was $60. So we took care of those. They're smaller amounts, which, again, we needed some items, and this is a brand new year. Our bucket funds aren't filled, so this will progress and we'll get better with time. Next, we have our sinking funds, and the only thing we didn't go over budget on, we pretty much stayed in budget with everything except for here, our auto maintenance. So also, we had another snafu this month. I actually hit a pothole, which meant that I needed to get an alignment and a new tire. So we ended up spending $497 just to get that covered, where we had $30 budgeted for the month. So that was a big thing. We took care of it. I'm safe on the road again, so it was money well spent. As you see, our other categories over here in green, they've been filled like they're appropriately supposed to. So next month we'll go back, we'll look at that, we'll get that adjusted. Next stuff we forgot. Actually, it's still funded. There was like $8 that we spent on the items that we didn't budget for, and that ended up being I needed to replace my phone screen, so I went ahead and done that. Next, we have credit card payments. Everything was paid in full like it was supposed to. Everything stayed within budget. Actually, I will be making additional payments for my checking accounts for these amounts here, so that'll clear that out, and you'll see these balances drop. For our fixed asset, everything except for electric bill was a little bit more this month. We actually got snow. It's been a lot colder, so the heat bill has been more. I've been home a little bit more often too. So that is what that combination of items has increased our electrical bill. Next, we had Hulu, which was originally $70 and is currently $85. We decided to keep the package of Hulu this month because Super Bowl, we can watch that. Also, HBO Max has some shows that we want to watch, so we splurged a little bit. The other item was our internet bill. Somehow I missed paying our internet bill from last month, so I made a total payment of $64 for that. They don't have an auto payment feature that works, so I have to remind myself to actually come in and do it every month. Next, we have our emergency fund, and actually we were only supposed to put $100 in. I ended up putting $175 in this month, mostly because the way that I automated everything. I shifted everything over to my YNAB savings account, but I forgot to undo it on the back end with my checking account. So that'll be fixed next month. Retirement payments, 70-80. We didn't touch that goal, but we did get that money put away for me. My fund money, I only spent $165 this month. Most of my fund money goes to paying bills, other expenses, things that don't come up or that have come up and are just taking care of them. So my fund money pretty much went to being responsible. Next, we have Nummy's fund money, which is my wife's account. She's actually supposed to get $1,000 or $900 every month. We kind of went over just because I have it auto set up to pay every week, and the numbers get a little bit funny. So not a big deal. It's about $190 over. We will actually get that adjusted so it works out properly. And actually, let me see if I can do that now. All right, the next one we have is my travel nurse expenses. And actually, you spend a lot more in this category because it's always unexpected. Sometimes I need a certification. I also put, like, if I needed to transport my RV, we had to bring the RV back home to the big house to do some RV maintenance. So it cost me about $413 just to drag it back to the house. Parking fees, I spent about $75 this month, which typically I don't, but I didn't want to pay an additional $100 for a couple of days that I was going to be down there. And this does get reimbursed by my company, so I'm not too worried about it. Didn't have to buy uniforms this month. Didn't have to get any additional licenses, but I did have to get certifications, which I was not planning on. So because I'm traveling to a new location, I had to become ACLS certified, which is like CPR plus a little bit more, where I can do drugs and things of that nature. So I need to get that accomplished. So I went ahead and took care of that this month. That will be reimbursed by my company, and I'll add it back in. So right there, that is it as far as how we budgeted this month and how things went. This month wasn't terrible. We had a few hiccups, but they were taken care of. We still have money that's floating around in accounts. The money that are currently in my funds will transfer over into February, and it'll be fine. So while we're on the subject of February, let's talk about what is coming up in February. So February, I will be moving to California. So in preparation of that move, I've decided to buy a truck. Didn't plan on it, wasn't the plan. So this is actually going to become a $40,000 investment for me to travel as a nurse, which is a lot, which I wasn't planning on. But based on how much I will be increasing my income over the next few months, I'm not too worried about the car payment and things of that nature. This is something that will be paid down quickly. Also, we'll be tapping into our 401k plan. So we weren't going to do this. We were actually going to just try to power through it. But the way that the month is going, we decided that we were going to take a $10,000 loan from our 401k plan. And we're basically going to wipe out all our credit card debt. This is going to help me streamline my payments. And therefore, we won't be putting as much on these cards. Especially since one of our State Farm credit card got bought out by State Bank. I'm not sure how that process is going to go. So to make it easy on everybody in the house, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to try to crush as much of this debt. And I'll actually be paying $1,000 a week back into the 401k loan to pay it off before my next assignment ends. After that, we will kind of look at our budget and trying to figure out what is next steps. So February, we got a new truck. We're taking a 401k loan out. I'm moving to California, and I'm also getting a pay increase. So these are things that were planned. Some things were unexpected, but this is how life throws lemons at us, and we make lemonade out of it. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns or any comments or anything that can help me out as we start this journey and try to get things going for next month. Also, I forgot to mention that I'm currently going to be unemployed until the 22nd. So February 22nd is when I actually start my first job down in California, which is going to be a bit of a interesting situation considering that we actually put a down payment on the truck too, which I wasn't planning for. And I won't be starting work until the 22nd. So there's a couple of wrenches that have been thrown at us that we're trying to deal with. So next month should be interesting. We'll figure it out. We always do. So again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment on how you think we should handle this situation. Any suggestions, any tools that you think will help us along this journey, it's greatly appreciated. But until next time, thanks for watching.